All right, you've got the hat on appropriately for the first game we're going to talk about. It's a big one from a brand perspective. Alabama at Texas. Alabama actually leaving the state, Dave, leaving the state for a non-conference road game. We don't see that
Did they
very
get the
often.
memo? Like, usually they don't do this until when? Like
College football
October
playoff.
minimum. Yeah. What do you think of the hat, by the way? It ain't bad.
It looks good. Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I don't know that I've not seen that before, I don't think.
Well,
Breaking
I
out the roll
got it.
tide early.
Yeah, I got it last year for the college softball World Series,
Ah,
hoping
okay.
that Alabama would make a run, but they did not. Oklahoma did it. But sometimes the front runner hats look nice too, and this is a front runner game, and this is a front runner team, and this roll tide business is going to roll right into Texas, laying what? What are they
Yeah,
laying?
it's 20. I mean, we're
20?
almost 3 touchdowns here.
20?
20,
I mean, it opened
20.
at one place 18, and got immediately bet up. A couple other places, it's gone to 21. As soon as it went to 21, B how, boom, bad guys came in and took the points. But when you look at this thing, first thought,
Oh,
come on.
I I I know you're gonna tell me I should take the points with Texas, but
No, I'm
I
not.
just I can't. I
No.
just can't. Listen, this we know the Alabama defense is outstanding again. Will Anderson on the outside. I just look at this inexperienced Texas offensive line. I look at a freshman quarterback as highly touted as Ewers has been. I just think this is a really tough matchup for Texas. The question becomes, I think, is there's a love fest between Sark and Saban, right?
Yeah.
Sark speaks very highly of Nick Saban. Saban,
Yeah.
how much will Saban lay it on in the second half if there's a lead? So certainly backdoor would be open here, but this to me is Alabama or pass. But I think I just go back to our standard bet from the last couple of years that we just ride. Give me Alabama first half, 10.5, and just see what happens there.
Worked again last week, didn't it? Did you see
It
how
did.
Alabama did in
Yeah.
the first half against Utah State?
Yep.
Some books just threw up the white flag, said, Uncle, I'm not putting it up. My guys, Sean and Shores were down in Maryland at Twin Spires trying to get a bet. They text me and they said, Dave, there's no first half. It's book's discretion. They didn't put it up because they said
It just
we're
stayed
gonna
away.
lose.
We're,
We
we're not
can't
losing.
we can't make the number high enough. It was 28. 28. They covered it easy. The total was 34 and a half, and they needed a late a late score to go up. They were up 41 nothing in the first half. Won the second half, what, 14 nothing? 55-0. 55. They hung up on Utah State. Do you take anything from those games as we lead into a big game like this? I mean, you're a fan first, someone who bets second, just a general sports fan. Do you take anything from that game?
Sometimes you do. I don't know if I take it from the Alabama game other than it just confirms what we already knew that Alabama is really good.
Yeah.
I think what I do take, I'll look at this though. That's with again, I think Texas is better than Utah State. And Sarkeesian is known for offense, and I think there's some skill guys at Texas. Robinson at running back is outstanding. I'm just not sure they can get there this early yet. I'm on the stance for Texas. I need to see them. Not quite a show me yet, but I
Okay.
need to see what Texas can do. Here's a concern. Texas offensive line is a question mark. I said that earlier.
Yep.
Louisiana Monroe in their last game, Texas's opener, got a 34% pressure rate on the quarterback.
I
If
don't even know how
Louisiana
you come up
Monroe,
with these numbers. What is a pressure rate? What does
well,
that mean?
that's the number of times they got pressure versus the number of times they drop back. So it's a pretty simple formula. How many times you pressure the quarterback on the drop back passes? So 1/3 of the time,
Okay.
Louisiana Monroe was putting pressure on Quinn Ewers.
Is that good?
Okay. Well, that's pretty high. If they're getting a third, what's Alabama going to do there?
Okay.
Alabama's going to be all over this. So the Alabama defense to me is what jumps out here, being able to limit Texas. I would probably lay it before I would take it.
Total 62. I mean, Sark's known for offense and all that other stuff. Are they going to score? But
I don't know
because
that
the
they're going to
pressure
score.
rate is going to put pressure on them. My pressure's confused. I don't know what to do with that. I'm not sure. I'm
You
telling you
want
this. Last week, there were favorites of 30 plus. Okay. Michigan minus 31 covered. Montana minus 32. I don't even know why they're on this list, but they covered. Marshall 39.5 cover. Oklahoma 31. Miami 49.5. Don't be scared. Lay it. Win. Georgia Southern 38.5. USC 32.5. Two favorites of 30 plus points. Iowa State 33.5. Texas A&M 37. Did not cover. Did not. Don't be afraid of the high numbers, B-How.
Oh.
Don't be afraid of the high numbers in September. The books are trying to figure out the numbers. Nobody knows you know what. I won't say it this early in the show. It's a family show. But nobody knows shit. There.
Now, Texas should be better than every other opponent for those teams you just mentioned, though. That would be the difference. None of those teams played anybody. Now, again, I'm not saying Texas is a national championship quality, but Texas is better than any of those other opponents there, right?
Yes.
Who played anybody? I mean, nobody there played anybody.
But isn't that what week one's for? Nobody plays anybody in week one, right? It's a nice, just, wear the uniforms, charge the max at the gate, get the people in and excited for football season. You did
I mean,
this.
for some, big week last. There was West Virginia Pitt stepped right out and played somebody.
That was a hell of a
They weren't
game.
afraid.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to both those teams coming up here. All right, so I'm first half Alabama. I'm probably laying it before I'm taking it. Can we get it? Well, I get a little Texas buyback. Can I get that down under 20?
No,
Or
it's
no?
not going to
No?
drop. It's not going to drop much below 20 because I think, like as the book, we know now that 21 is the bet. So we can go get that anytime we want. We'll sit at 20. We're not blowing past 21. But if you see 21 B-How throughout your travels and turning on your app, no matter where you're at, I'd say grab it because that's at least a pre-game highest peak number.
Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, click on another video right here on the screen. And if you really liked it, consider subscribing below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.